Well, last week we heard about how OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said that Mark Zuckerberg was offering some of his employees $100 million signing bonuses to switch teams and even higher salaries. Today we're talking about the intense fight for AI hiring beyond the tech superpowers. Matt Walsh is the founder and CEO of Blue Signal Search, and he joins us live here at the NASDAQ. And Matt, this is pretty interesting. We hear about the headlines about these huge $100 million signing bonuses, but no matter where you are in AI, there's a real fight that's taking place to get this talent, right?
Oh, it is uber competitive. I've never seen something like this. Even if you look back to the .com era, I mean, there is not enough people to fill all these jobs, and it's so competitive, and it's driving up the price. They're asking for ridiculous money, and they're getting it. It's actually it's a lot.
When you're talking ridiculous money, what does that mean for the average AI person?
So the most common role would be like a machine learning engineer, and average could be north of $500,000. It's a lot more in the Bay Area, almost double the national average. But this is for a senior machine learning engineer, over $500,000-$600,000 total package.
Wow. They're getting this money. What are they asking for on top of money?
Well, they want a lot. So they want usually equity if it's a smaller shop and it's available. Even some of the larger labs, they're offering equity too. They want compute power, 100 GPUs on signing. I mean, they're asking for a lot of things, and they have to give it just because there's not a lot of them out there. They want to be able to publish. They want flexibility. They want to work remote. They want to have a say in the product, and it's great because it's exciting that they can get all these things and really drive it. But the companies are having to offer a lot just to be competitive right now.
Who are the companies that are hiring? Are these mostly tech companies, or has it reached beyond that at this point? Good
question. So every company is technically an AI company right now. Everyone's trying to improve their own workflows, their own processes, so they'll try to bring folks in and do some internal type AI work. And then, of course, you have your AI companies, your large labs, and it's a lot more technical at that aspect of it. But it's all across the board from companies who are offering AI to others, and then there's the companies that want it internally.
So what kind of experience do you need to get a job that's $500,000 in some places, $1 million in Silicon Valley?
Well, it's interesting because you'd think AI has not been around that long, only a couple years. But the fact is it's been around for a long time. There's been machine learning engineers, and the folks that have been going to school for this, they have the experience. And there's not a lot of them. And so typically you're looking for 4 to 5. When you think about it, it's only been mainstream for a couple. So that pool's small. Luckily, there's been a lot more folks going to school. I think it's up a third just this last couple years for folks that are graduating with some AI degrees. But typically, it's going to be anywhere from 4 to 5 years plus. And of course, you need a strong tech background prior to that.
So do you get a job like that if you're coming straight out of school?
Not that high. No, these are senior machine learning engineers. Straight out of school, though, if you're a PhD and you're learning all these, you can get north of 200, maybe 300 even.
So we keep hearing about how AI itself is going to do a lot of the coding, a lot of the programming. We used to think if you got out of school and you had a computer programming degree, you were set. That doesn't sound like it's the case as much anymore. How are AI, machine learning, educated people safer than everybody else?
Oh, it's a great question. I'm trying to think, what do I tell my kids to go to school for? What should they do? The short answer is I don't know. But what I speculate, anything machine learning, AI, large language models, what happened is back in the day you were competing over Java, Python coders. They'd come in and they were preaching top dollar. Whatever they wanted, you had to give it to them. Now with AI, it will code in any language you want. And so you can be much more efficient when you're putting these codes together. And I've seen speakers you've had before that we don't need these software developers anymore because we can have 1 or 2 people run all these agents and build this out. And so right now, I think it's just the critical thinking, understanding how operations and workflow work with all these technologies, which is also changing daily. So I'd say anything in that analytical mindset with the machine learning and AI is probably the safe bet. That's what I'm telling my kids anyways.